All right, so today let's talk a little bit about love. As you know, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, so it's an opportunity to talk about a very important topic. But today I want to reflect on a different kind of love. I want to shift our focus beyond, the what you think of as love, Valentine's Day, what the world often portrays love as. It's romance, chocolates, sometimes fleeting emotions, right? But instead, let's look at the ultimate example of love, which is what or who is Jesus Christ, right? His love goes beyond words. It goes beyond gifts. It was a love of self-sacrifice. We're going to look at a couple verses today, Philippians 2, 5 through 8, and John 15, 13. These are going to give us some profound understanding of this type of love. They show us that love isn't just about feelings. It's about giving. It's about serving. It's about, even sometimes laying down your life for others. And so if we look at Philippians 2, 5 through 8, let's just go and read it. It says, in your relationships with one another, have the same mindset as Jesus Christ, who, being in very nature of God, did not consider equality with God something to be used to his own advantage. Rather, he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant, being made in human likeness, and being found in appearance as a man. He humbled himself by becoming obedient even to death, death on a cross. So we think about that for a minute. He was fully God. He chose to step down off of his divine throne in our broken world, take on the form of a servant. He didn't come to be, he didn't come as a mighty ruler demanding power, right? All about him, but as a humble man, born in a manger, washed the feet of his disciples. He healed the sick, and ultimately, he sacrificed his own life for us. His sacrifice wasn't just a noble act. It was an act of pure love, unconditional love. He gave up everything, including his life, not for those who deserved it, because I know I don't. Sinners don't deserve it, but for people who had rejected him. That's true love. Love that gives without anything, any expectation of anything in return. If we turn to John 15, 13, let's read that. It says, greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. When Jesus said this, he was speaking in abstract terms, of course, pointing to the sacrifice that he was about to make on the cross. His love wasn't just words. He didn't just say something. He acted on them. It was action. We also, we a lot of times think of love as a feeling, right? Something we feel for one another. But this biblical love, it's not about a feeling, it's a commitment to put others before yourself. Jesus laid down his life, not just for his friends, but for all of humanity. People that had mocked him, people that had betrayed him, people that had beat him, crucified him. He died for us sinners while we were still sinners. That's a radical type of love. That's a love that forgives. That's a love that serves, and that's a love that sacrifices. It's not about, what's convenient or comfortable, which is a way a lot of us look at love, right? But it's about giving everything you have for the good of others. On Valentine's Day, people will go out of their way to show their love for those that they care about, which is a great thing. It's not a bad thing to do. But let's don't limit love to one day or just to your romantic relationship. Jesus's love, his example, is an everyday kind of love, one that calls us to serve, one that calls us to forgive. That's a hard one for a lot of folks. One that calls us to put others first and to forget about ourselves. If Jesus is the example, which he is, then the questions we need to ask are, how can I love like Jesus loved today? Also, am I willing to humble myself and serve others? And lastly, do I love sacrificially, even when it's hard, even when it doesn't get me anything? Because true love, it's not about what you get, but it's about what you give. And Jesus, giving us the perfect example, gave everything he had for those that he loved, which luckily for you and me is us. So hope you get value out of this today. I appreciate you watching as always. Have a great Valentine's Day with your loved ones and remember the true example of love. Take care. God bless. Bye.